Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think we're live. I think the audio is working. I'm just doing a little live test on this to see if I can actually get my audio working the way it's supposed to work. So, if you are checking this out, please do let me know. Please do let me know that you're watching, and please do let me know that things look and sound okay. Obviously, you can't see the guitar at the moment. I will switch cameras in a second. This is just an opportunity for me to say hello and make sure that things are working as intended. So if I play the guitar, there's my first mistake. Words to that effect. Yeah, so in theory that should be sounding okay. But let me know if I need to boost the gain on it. This is, as I say, this is a test. This is me working out how this type of stuff works, making sure my setup is doing what it's supposed to do. So let's change cameras and let's talk. Let's play. So Peter, you can see me. Great. Hello. We have guitar. We have face. And triple checking, we have audio. This is good. The plan this evening is I'm just gonna, stream for half an hour. I'm taking a break from doing actual work, right? I'm actually transcribing something similar to this type of thing. I'm working on a book project for someone at the moment, and I love. We want more gain. Let's try this. How do I do that? Let's go filters. Let's add a gain filter and let's boost me up by like 3 dB. Has that changed the audio at all? Hopefully, yes. Hopefully. A big hopefully. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, I am doing some transcribing at the moment, and it's that B-flat blues vibe type thing, and I love this type of thing. That it's there somewhere. Yeah, so that B-flat blues vibe, absolutely love that type of thing. So I'm going to have some fun with that tonight, and I thought I would give you a brief introduction on how you might go about improving that type of thing. And yeah, should be some fun. Should be a lot of fun. So please do hit that subscribe button if you are new here. Share it with your friends. Share it with your enemies. In fact, I tell you what, let's just do this. Massive thank you to my supporters over on Patreon and you wonderful people that check out my books. If you would like to do so, link is in the description where you can find me over on Patreon. You know, do lessons and those types of things. I see some of my patrons online now, which is real cool of you. And yeah, lots of books available. Again, links to Amazon in the description. You can check it out there. And that's good. That's good. I just see Ciego Guitarist there talking about more gain is always the correct answer. For all I know, you could have meant actual distortion gain, but no, I don't. I very rarely play with distortion nowadays. So yeah, thank you very much, wonderful Patreon people, wonderful Patreon supporters. Do a Greg Howlick. Wow, you put me on the spot. What does Greg do? Yeah, that type of thing. You can't hear it, can you? The gain's not high enough. That's a great Cowlick, right? Yeah, Blues for Alice type vibe. This is a great example of the sort of thing we're going to be looking at. So, I'm not going to deal, for once, I'm not going to talk about playing over changes, which is something that I'm often talking about in these types of videos, because I love playing over changes, don't get me wrong. And I may play over the changes a little bit, just a little bit. But actually the focus is going to be forcing a straight kind of dirty blues sound, one sound fits all, over the entire progression, because that's important too. They both have an important effect. When you're playing over 1625... You can. You can do that sort of thing and actually hit all of the chords. Or you can go... which is just hitting one sound over all of it, and I think they're equally effective. I like that type of thing to do. I like that type of thing too. So yeah, really when you're doing this type of thing, there's two kind of approaches. Some people would think of it as being a mixing and matching of scales. So you could play B flat blues, which is fine. Getting a lot of bass in on that at the moment. So yeah, you could do that type of thing, and mixing that blues scale sound with major pentatonic sounds. These are all like major pentatonic blues sounds. And if you mix those two together, minor, and then major, minor, major. Putting those two sounds together side by side gives you a nice blend. But a kind of third way of thinking of this would be thinking of the B flat 7 chord itself, or the B flat sound that you're looking at. I guess I'll go triad. Of course, you know, I'm big on talking about triads and teaching triads. So you could think triads and turning those into our bluesier sounds, and then thinking of all of the notes that we can play that exist around those notes. So if I'm playing a B flat triad, these are home. And anything that I play that isn't those notes is just tension that I'm using to wait to use before I come back to the sound of my chord. So if I play a line that goes Now they're slightly different approaches, and I think they're both musically valid. I think they give you both give you a really cool sound. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit play on my loop. Should be able to hear that a little bit. I'm going to play. Let's just start with blues scale. Again. That gives us a sound, right? Just playing blues over all of it. It works. It's fine. Let's do major pentatonic now. Hear the difference in sound. So major pentatonic. That's fine. Blues, major pentatonic. Now mixing the two. So let's go. Uh, that type of thing. It gives you a cool vibe. And then there's the more targeted approach. Trying to think of my B flat. And then giving myself some flavours around. So I might go. Some melody. Let's go. I keep playing that lick and it's annoying me now. So I want simpler melodies. I'm going to slow it down. So, yeah, for me, like obviously I'm having fun, and that's the most important part, right? I think I play a lot of melodies is really the way I think of it. Let me answer some of these questions. So B flat major pentatonic, yep. B flat major pentatonic, absolutely. Am I thinking about cage theory, or am I just going by memory of positions? Neither. Always got the feeling you think more about chords than I do cage. Well, caged is chords for me, right? It's the same information. I'm thinking more in terms of melody, right? So if I play something like, if I'm sitting on that B flat, I've got my caged voicings, don't get me wrong. Camera would be great if it focused on my hands. There we go. Got these little triads I play, right? So my triad might be this, and my melody might be. So that sounds like I'm really hitting the sound of that chord, right? And that's because when I play this, boom, boom, ba, 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 that's me hitting the first note of the chord and then walking up. It gives you this sound. Now, I couldn't do it in a different order. I couldn't go. That doesn't have the same rhyme or reason to it. It doesn't sound like a melody. So for me, it's about melodies. And when I have a chord voicing like this, I have melodies that I'll play. One of the most common melodies you'll hear me play is. Now that's me taking the flat third, sliding into the third, coming down root fifth, sixth, ending on root. And you'll see what I do there when I'm feeling a pulse. You can hear me feeling that pulse. In fact, if I put a click on. Should be able to hear that, maybe. Let's find a more effective way to place that. So when I'm hearing that, I'm hearing 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a melody, right? And I've got a million ways that I can take that little melody and change the kind of way that melody is played to. Same with a melody like. So that melody is now something that I've mutated, right? Let's take another melody. Let's say I go. So I'm just milking that one musical idea, and now I've got 3 melodies. One is this, just a basic roadmap. One is, and one is. So now I could play through a basic B flat 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the point is, all of these melodies, they sort of come together. Now, that's me limiting myself to 3 basic ideas. But, of course, I've got a ton of ideas, an absolute ton of ideas, right? Let's say I go, well, the one I did before. That's a melody, right? So now... let's throw some more outside lines in there. Maybe I go... B flat. So that one's a little bit outside. You get the idea. So what have we got here? Play changes. You set up each chord tone as joining chord. I'm not entirely sure. Play changes. You set up each chord through a joining chord tone most of the time. Yeah, that doesn't make all that much sense to me. Sorry. But with that in mind, right, with just these couple of melodies here, now I've got options. So I can play stuff like that really sounds like the chord. Or apparently I can't play now. But more importantly, when that chord changes, I can play. So that E flat chord happens. I've got my triad, and guess what? I've got all these melodies that I can play. And actually, one of my favourite things to do would be to just go between those 2 chords. If I slow this right down for you, like, let's go like 50 BPM, which actually is 100 BPM because I'm 2 and 4. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we've got E flat, B flat, Yeah. You get the idea. Now I could play on that all day because the point is I'm having a lot of fun with it. Now, of course, the focus is melody, right? I'm just trying to think melody. I want these simple melodies that go. Same on E flat. Taking me back to that B flat. Just about, really sitting on melodies. And when you program enough of these basic melodies into what you're doing, you can up the tempo and not really think so much about what you're doing. So if I go, let's do 160. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Ah, minor. Yeah. Some of that fell apart. Some of it worked. Some of it didn't. But I think the goal is when you listen to something like that, you should still be able to hear those changes, right? And I'm trying to be bluesy with it, but trying to hit those changes. I think hitting changes is the coolest thing, but also just being able to not lose. Okay, I guess here's the other thing you kind of miss. The way I phrase is I'm phrasing in groups. I'm phrasing in groups of two. I'm phrasing, I don't mean literally 2 notes. I mean bars. I'm phrasing in 2-bar phrases or 4-bar phrases. So there's never a sense of, my lines never sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That doesn't mean anything. That's just me rambling. That's just throwing letters together, right? Because all of the, if you think back to all those melodies that I played, every single melody was a very deliberate 2-bar or 4-bar idea. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that means that when I'm playing, regardless of whether or not I'm playing over changes, or hitting the changes, I'm always playing over the changes. I'm always phrasing in a way that allows me to hear the changes even when they're not there. And I don't mean play them. I just mean not lose sight of where the chord progression is. So if I do choose to play the changes very tightly, it's me playing the changes, right? I could do the same thing and not play the changes at all. I could play that blues scale, but I'm still going to know where I am in the chord progression at all times. And it's not because I'm thinking. It's not because I'm going, okay, B flat, E flat, B flat, E flat, B flat. I'm not thinking like that, right? I'm thinking it's the way I'm phrasing. So while I might play over the changes strictly and go, that's a melody, right? Bum bum ba da bum ba da bum. Bum, ba, da, da, ba, da, da, da. Apparently I can't sing today. My minor pentatonic phrases would be similar in terms of their rhythmic concept. They are going to add up to 2 bars. So if I play a minor phrase, we'll go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Again. Like one last time. So I'm adding stuff there. I'm embellishing it, but the length of the phrase doesn't change. It's something that you can rely on. It's something you can count on. So now if I play tight on the blues, Now minor. It allows me to use it the way I want it to be, right? I can play minor pentatonic just over the E flat 7 chord. I can play the blues scale over just that E flat 7. So if I go like this, let's change my tempo again. Let's go here. So we got a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then blues. Straight back into that major again. Blues. Into that major sound again. Major. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Minor. Into that major. Minor. That's not B flat at all. That sounds fine. Let's go one more time. Oh shit, what happened there? Can I play over the chord changes to Blue Monk? No. But talking about playing on a diminished sharp 4. So over that, you play diminished over. I'll play over the diminished 4. Yeah, I'll give it. I'll put it in there deliberately. Do I prefer to hit certain chord tones like the 3rd or the 7th on the chord you're going for? Yeah, well, subconsciously I aim for the 3rd. I can't help myself on that. Going. Paul, how's it going? Get carried away. I'll just do the diminished 4 and then I'll go home. Go home? I am home. What am I talking about? So if I'm playing slow, sorry, let's try that again. 3, 4. So your 4 is, and then maybe we go. and then. I could go on that all day. Yeah, so most important thing, having fun, right? You can see that I'm going for stuff. You can. It's funny because like obviously I've got that camera on my face, rather than just having a camera on my hands. You can really see the face, okay? And I'm playing that. You know, that is not a going to the 4 chords. I'll play the 3rd. Playing on the 1. Playing on the 1, so we will play up to here, and then we'll play the flat 3rd, cause it sounds really good, and then 3rd on the 4 chord, 3rd on the 4 to the 3rd of the 1, and then we go 3rd of the 5 chord, 3rd of the 5 chord, to the 4 and the 1 chord. I'm not thinking like that. That would be way too much thinking. I'm really trying to have fun with it. fuck 4. Bonamassa, why not? It's more Eric Johnson, right? You get the idea. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I'm going to do this now. Yeah, and hopefully all of the audio worked. Everything works. This means I can start doing more live streams moving forward. I'll do a listening party tomorrow, maybe. More videos coming. Thank you so much for all of my wonderful supporters over on Patreon. Link is in the description. And if you would like to check me over there and support me for $1, that'd be fantastic. If not, you can always head on over to Amazon and check out one of my books. Obviously, link again in the description. Or alternatively, you can not do either of those things, and you can just make sure you hit that subscribe button. That's always a big help. So yeah, thank you very much. It means a lot. You guys absolutely rock. Let me read any last comments and then I'm going to head off. So, Robert enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Robert. You rock. Yeah, Jose. Stewie Griffin. That's me. Yep. How do I get 2 screens filming me at once? Is that a MacBook thing? I'm using separate cameras. I have 2 Sony cameras here and here. I can actually set up even more cameras than that. I'm running multiple capture cards and software that allows me to switch between cameras. It's a very complicated setup that I've been working on functioning for a while now, so I'm glad it actually works. This was really the proper test for it, and yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, it's 2 Sony A7s that I'm using, 2 different lenses on each of them, Elgato HD60 Pros, which are PCI capture cards that are in my PC, and then I'm using ManyCam as the software to switch between cameras, and I'm streaming via OBS. I have different scenes set up in OBS, so I can switch between cameras and all that good stuff. So yeah, love my swing feel. Thank you very much. Swing is something that I'm really passionate about, and I'm not the best. I don't have the best swing feel, but it's something that I want to consistently get better and better at. And practicing with the Metronome 1, 2, and 4 is a real big help for that. So yeah, Bonamassa, Curry of Eric Johnson and Drew DeWitt. How's it going, brother? Thank you very much for tuning in. Much love, guys, and I will see you for another video soon. Goodbye.